Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. It is farming time, and it's a tad chilly. Angela, first on Facebook. Good morning. YouTube, it's just me, just me. Roma, welcome. And Karine, good morning. Nicola, good morning. Lovely to hear from you. Mo, you're on YouTube. As is Jennifer and Haley and Jewel Rose. Welcome. Is this our first 6:36 of 2026? Is it? I'm sure it must be. Morning Farmer Pete says, Alyssa, from a chilly California evening with rain and wind, 10 degrees Celsius in California. Seriously? Is that all? Holly Dolly, good morning to you. Shona, and bang on time this morning. First 6:36 for 2026. And we're bang on time. If you've never been on before, welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name's Farmer Pete, here in a little tiny farm in southwest Scotland at 6:36 a.m. That's why the shadows are long, because there's a great big light behind me, and because there's no light anywhere else. Now, can you see down to the polytunnel? Right, I'm going to zoom you in. Can somebody tell me? See that on the right hand side? It looks like there's a row of lights along there. What the earth is that? Because it happens every night, and there's no electricity down there. And I haven't found out what it is yet. I'm not sure. Is it just a reflection? I don't know. It looks pretty. We've got some kind of cheap Christmas lights down there. Talking about Christmas lights, how's the decorations going? Or gone? Not going. Gone. Are going? Are they down yet? Have they gone? Is the Christmas tree packed away? Or because yesterday, I believe. Stay with us while we go in the dark and walk up the top of the hill. Yesterday was the official day that they came down, or is it today? Did they have to stay up until the 5th? Linda said, snowed again last night. Linda, come on, where? 6:36 rules. Let me know where you are and what's your weather like, especially just now. We heard from California, 10 degrees Celsius and raining. 31 degrees in Sydney, Australia, says Matters 1S channel. Well, it's a cool handle on YouTube. Hello from California. I always take the Christmas decorations down a day or two after Christmas, ready to get back to normal, says Julie Hay. You know, Julie, we're the same. But they lasted until, in the house, certainly, they lasted until just after New Year. I think maybe New Year's morning we were at them. On the other hand, let me know, some people like to keep them up for January. Or certain farmers further north of us in Ayrshire don't know if they're sheep or what's the other one Cammy's into just now? He likes to keep the Christmas tree up for a little extended period, doesn't he? If you've watched his videos. Christmas decorations came down, on New Year's Day, back clean and tidy, says Jane. It gets to that stage, doesn't it? Wakey, everybody. We are made it to the top of the hill. Oh, look at the nice tidy pens. Floris, what are you thinking about this big pen you've got? This is cool. The boys were busy yesterday. Got both sides, I believe. This side. And that Scary Mary's wondering what's happening. She says, I've got this huge gate in front of me. That's her standing right in front of us. Floris, like, Now that's a happy calf. She's happy, lying, chewing away. Plenty of room. Still got our best friends next door to her here. Hi Fiona. How are you getting on? Is there anything that you require, my dear? I think you're quite happy by the looks of things. Now when's the last day we were on? Was it last Tuesday? And is this Tuesday? Yes, it is. Schools go back today in Dumfries and Galloway. Oh, Bailey, you've swapped with Floris. Could you not be in the same pen, be best friends? Spot and Dawn and the rest of the alpacas / llamas, they're out in the field because the ground is frozen solid. It's nice and clean and dry outside, and we needed the extra space when the boys were moving everything to get everything fed and cleaned out. Have they got right up to the suffix done? I believe, I'm sure they got left-hand side done. So anyway, Bailey was in with Spot, as we know. It's all right. I'm just going to give you a wee pat. I haven't got anything because I didn't want to start any disruption up here. Lorraine, hi from Brisbane, Australia. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Lorraine. Have I officially wished you a 636 Happy New Year? Well, I apologise. When does the cut-off point come in the Happy New Years, or does it not? If you haven't seen friends or family, Happy New Year to you, everybody. Apologies for not saying that. Emma says, Happy New Year to all the 636ers. Hope it's a wonderful 2026 for us all. Me too, Emma. It has started off sort of, we've had minus temperatures, and with being closed a few days over New Year, and the minus temperatures, and being a kind of holiday time, you kind of take your eye off the ball a bit. Hands up. To me, my hand is up. Taking our eye off the ball a tad. Because we opened yesterday. Kids in Dumfries and Galloway are off school. So it was I think it's a class as a bank holiday weekend. Whatever, they were off. Fro, and he's giving us a smile here. Did you see her through the gate? The main ladies' toilets in the diner and indoor play area with two sets, the main ones. These are the original ones that when the play area was built in 2004, they've been in since then. Trish's Toys is desperate for us to redo them. Now, they're clean and tidy. That's why we keep them, but they are a bit dated. But when they were installed, whatever way the plumber has put the water to them, he's got the water behind the wall somewhere that we can't get to. And in minus temperatures, it freezes. And guess what happened over New Year? Yes, the water to the main toilets is frozen. The boys are all right. The disabled, etc., fine. It's just the ladies' cisterns. So that was a boo-boo. Because we had no heat on, etc., and while we were closed. Our swamp heaters, swamp coolers that we've got in that little one of our our mini donkeys is in season. We're going to have to get Pumpkin out of there. Not that he's going to do anything, but she is in season, that's. If anybody can tell me the name of that baby donkey, you shall have a 636 badge. Because they all look pretty similar. They've all got names, all right? Forgive me, all right? You know, I'm not good with names. Where was it? Our swamp coolers that help cool the air in the play area and in the small animals. And, we've got 3 of them. Right, count them, 3. Right, they're installed in a roof. Can't show you just now because they're not here. Imagine there's one up there, and the vent comes through the roof. All right, these swamp coolers, what do we keep calling them? Heaters, they're not. And for large areas, if you were needing to cool this area, it's not air conditioning. It's called a swamp cooler because what it does, it has it has water running to it, a live feed of water running to it. Okay, and when you switch it on, the water disperses through basically a kind of sieve or a sponge down each side, which then switch the fan on. The fan blows the air through it, so it's pulling the air through this sponge that is filled with cold water, and it always keeps the temperature 1 or 2 degrees inside the shed cooler than what it is outside because it's pulling the air through the cold water and it's constantly running. You know where I'm heading with this, all right? In winter time, they need to be turned off and drained, all right? Now, let's tick 3 boxes here. I turned earlier in the year when everything was safe, turned the water off in the small animal one, all right, next door to me, all right, and drained it. The one we've got above the kitchen in the diner, I climbed up there at risk to my own self, turned it off, turned the water off, so there's no water going to it, because remember the live feed goes all the way to the roof. Turned it off, drained it. No chance of any boo-boos. Now what I thought to myself in Pete's crazy brain is the other one we've got in the diner, there's 2, I was sure I had climbed up, turned it off and drained it. But oh no. Maybe I did, but somebody's climbed up and turned it back on again. So hence, we were in for coffee at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and Nicole comes on the walkie-talkie. Pete, we've got a drip. I said, oh, Nicole, it'll be all right. Just be condensation, because it's been very frosty outside. And when turn the heat on inside, obviously, and there's frost in the roof, can start to drip. But I'll come and have a look, which I did. And when I got in there, was there a drip? It was a constant flow. It's like a mini river running down the metal upright, just running very nicely. It was very neat. There was a drip at one place, but the rest of it was just running down and flowing down the wall. So, panicked a bit. I couldn't understand why this was happening because I had been up and turned the water off. Went and got Farmer Joe. Look, what's happening? He says, there must be water up there. I says, can't be. I've turned it off. Have you? Climbs up and checks. No, Pete hadn't turned it off or drained it. So the live feed that's going up to the roof, I'm pointing to the imaginary swamp cooler up here. Of course it froze because we could see from outside where the water had been running down on the unit on top of the roof. Joe says there it is. The water's still switched on. So it had been running down inside the insulated sheet and dripping down into the play area. So that's a boo-boo for Pete. I made a right old mess. Lorna says, Pete, if you asked Joe, he would have bought something to fix it. Lorna, many true things there in jest, very many. And he, talking about things that Farmer Joe has bought, this is I know you've already seen it. This is our new baby handler. Now in life, we all love things that are giant, like the great big giant donkey that Farmer Ben seen last year that has appeared in one of the little Christmas clips. The French one, Ben with a P, I have no idea how to pronounce. We love things that are really big, and we love things that are really small, that are tiny. And this, I know a lot of you have said, oh, yes, you've got a new little toy. There's a very expensive little toy, this here, but I will admit, it does look tiny, doesn't it? Now let's see how they're keeping it. Let's do a maintenance check, not a maintenance check, but a clean check, should we? Celia's watching. Morning, Celia. Natasha says, oopsie made a whoopsie. Yes, I made a whoopsie. That's 2. Water frozen in the girls' toilets. Didn't turn the water off in the swamp cooler. With it coming down one of the uprights, it came out very neatly down the one place. It's caused a huge big wet bit in the carpet that we only realised because on the hard bit of the floor, I seen somebody had run through their sock in their socks, and you could see the wet marks. So never mind. These things are sent to try us, so that's done. Went up above the heating wasn't working in the toilets in the toy shop. Different place, different situation. Went up to check what was going on up there. Yes, got another burst pipe up there. Never mind. How are you managing through these cold days? I think we're at -1 just now. Temperature set to go up a little today, and we have got a weather warning in Dumfries and Galloway. Yes, we've got one for snow and ice, so it could well see a little bit of white stuff today, which, to be truthful, be quite exciting. You know, I know there's a lot of snow all through the UK and different bits. Northern Ireland. Tracy says, morning Pete from a cold and icy Bangor. Morning Tracy, lovely to hear from you. And with that being said, Tracy, talking from Bangor, Northern Ireland, which is 7 miles from Donaghadee. All right, there's actually a song based on that. If anybody knows it, put the lyrics in here. All right, it's 7 miles from Bangor to Donaghadee in Northern Ireland. If you wonder why I'm talking about this, I'm looking for Queen Pin. Where is she? Oh, there she is over there, standing beside the one with the green coat on. See her? With her 6 babies. Now, our Alistair the vet, I went from one thing to the other here, sorry. I went from the new handler, and we're checking the maintenance levels here. What will give them out of 10 for this on the floor? You put in the comments, all right? What do you think? And for stuff lying about on the dashboard, marks out of 10, all right, for the new handler. What do you think? I'm not saying anything or telling any tales out of school, but I'm sure I seen Kyle McKellar with a can of that yesterday. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it was him. All right. Look at this. We've got a microphone in here. Wow. That's attached to the radio. What's flung me off there, I had to pause because it says Claas on there, that's the kind of tractor we've got. That's not what this is. All right. So I take it didn't come with a radio, and because our Claas dealer, Gordon's, they supplied this. They're the dealers for these now. So they put a Claas radio in there. Oh, interesting. So it must have Bluetooth in it, and that's what the microphone's for. Doing what we do with all the streaming, it's a sad thing. You get kind of excited when you see a microphone. All right, I'm just saying. All right, we've got all our controls here. So they were using it all day yesterday to clean out both sides of in here. And we were looking at the donkeys earlier. That's the project for today. We'll get the donkey in the steward shed. It'll all get cleaned out. I don't think Fiona's been cleaned out yet, so that'll need to be done. But aren't the pens looking nice and neat and tidy? And it's good to see Queen Pin up and active. That's what I was going to say. Alistair, our vet, Ben's been keeping in close contact with him. And he says, for Queen Pin and for Fiona, don't change. Don't take them away from their situation. Because they're carrying babies. Yes, I know Jenny, not call her Queen Pin. That's her house name, all right? She's carrying 6, but don't take her out of her normal routine. Keep her in with her friends. You don't want to upset her any way, shape or form. And because she's used to being in there with all her pals, keep her in there. And she's doing fine. Same with Fiona. Now, the last day we looked at her last Tuesday. Come on then. Come on, my darling. And she's beautiful. Look at her. Blackjack was still hobbling about. So said to Farmer Ben, right, Blackjack's leg. Come on, what's wrong? We've looked at it. We've given it a wee trim. Look at him. The lazy lump. Look at him lying with his head up against the flake there. So we hadn't, he said it's been trimmed. We had another investigation. And yes, there was foot rot in there. So we just hadn't went deep enough. So he's been treated. But I see Lewis John Harris limping now. So he's maybe got... What are you saying? He just flipped his head at me as if to say, wait, come here. I see him limping yesterday. So you haven't... Oh, would you indeed? He's just looking for a carrot. Yeah, these haven't been cleaned out yet. They have to do. Donkeys are to do. Pigs are to do. And the 4 hours and Miracle. Should have went and seen them before we came round here, shouldn't we? So they got on well yesterday. With the conditions outside being so frosty and the ground being frozen solid and dry, it meant we could put... What ones did we put out? We put all these outside into the paddock. You maybe seen a wee story we put on with them running about. And they really enjoyed the wee run out. A wee bit of change of scenery. And got their legs stretched a wee bit. Enjoyed coming out. They enjoyed it even better coming back in. Look at them. There's some happy goats in there. Very happy goats. And we had to go away and get more straw. Hair Bear went and got a load of straw yesterday because we were running low on that. Oh, they've enjoyed that hay last night, look. There, that's a very satisfying looking line up there, isn't it? Uh-huh. There we go. We'll just need to do a wee bit of work on... Oh, because I'm doing that, it's upset them all now. Right, let me push this in. There we are. Use munch away there. Right, back to Tracy in Bangor, Northern Ireland, 7 miles from Bangor to Donaghadee. What I was going to say was, last Tuesday, we said we had started to watch Hope Street, all right? And for some of you, you're going to say, oh, Pete, shut up about Hope Street. Right, bear with me, all right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, Hope Street, it's a police drama with a slight touch of like lightheartedness and some serious issues as well, that is filmed and based excuse me in my hometown in Northern Ireland at Donaghadee, all right? So it's very close to home. We've known about this for many years, but we've never watched it. Over Christmas, a friend at church said to me about Hope Street because he didn't realise it was from where I was from originally. The only connection was Northern Ireland. So if you haven't watched it, hang on a second. Yes, I'm full of the cold again. All right, it's just in my head. Excuse me. I'm hopeless. I just keep getting cold every week. All right, sorry. If you haven't watched it, whatever part of the world you're in, see if you can get it. Apparently it's on BritBox, or there's a couple other streaming channels it's on. But if you have watched it, if you know what I'm talking about, or if you're going to have a wee look at it, see what it's about. It's very Northern Irish, all right? There's certain sayings they say in there that I haven't heard from years, and it is very Northern Irish. The opening scenes, all right? If you've watched it, you'll see the opening scenes. You see the lighthouse at Donaghadee. And in the background over there, you can see land, because the opening scenes, it must be at either twilight or dawn. But there's land in the distance and you can see lights on it. That land and those lights, that's Scotland. That is how close Donaghadee is to Scotland, all right? You can see across. It's the shortest crossing point between Donaghadee and Portpatrick. Portpatrick is a fishing village in the very southwest of Scotland, about 70 miles from us, if you head west. That is the shortest crossing point in the Irish Sea, all right? of coming up with all the useless information today. So yeah, that land you can see is Scotland. So we're not far away from it. But what really got me excited, all right, when they're filming this drama, they're going. It's all based in Donaghadee, all right, and the imaginary pub or meeting place is called the Commodore, which is actually a pub, I believe it's called Pier 62 in Donaghadee, and all the different houses there. I didn't really, of course, when you grow up somewhere, you don't realise it's so beautiful, and it is beautiful if you see some of the scenery on it. But in series 2, there's different series, all right, we're on catch up. Episode 6, we watched it the other night, and the elation from Pete, because they go out in different places, and with it being set in Northern Ireland, they go to a lot of little farms and film different scenes. Series 2, episode 6, took place on my home farm where I was born and raised, Millview Farm, just outside Malile, which isn't far, it's only a few miles from Donaghadee. So we got very excited. Check it out. You can see, you don't see a lot of it, you see the lane, you drive up to the yard, short lane, you see the calf shed and the young cattle shed as they drive in, and Harold Turtle, who bought the farm off us, who now lives there, he's got a little milk vending machine at the end of the lane where he pasteurises and sells his own milk. And some of what happened in that episode, somebody broke in and spilt the milk. They're in the little pasteurising shed that he's now got there for his pasteuriser. So if you're interested, we'll check it out. Yeah, and then you see a wee bit of the farmhouse as well. So got very excited. So anyway, that's enough of the. I promise I'll not talk about. Well, I'll not promise. Might see something else. And also, I think in series 2, all right, just get this in here before Trish's Toys comes on the phone and says, stop talking about it. One of the first episodes in series 2, they are at the church in Malile, along the road from Donaghadee. You've got the church here, where we used to meet. It wasn't our home church because we went to church in Northern Ireland, in Newton Ards, but I was a member of the Boys Brigade in Malile, and if we were parading on a Sunday morning, you would have went to church there, and then the church hall is just next door to it. I think they had it set up on that episode as a crematorium, but it's actually the church hall next to Malile Presbyterian Church. So there you are, that's it, won't say any more. All right, that's your. If you've any questions about it, let me know, and I'll try and answer them. So, very productive day yesterday. We're making use of the icy weather, the hard conditions, because grounds are hard. If we had went to clean them out, and it was wet and mucky outside, we couldn't have just put them all outside, because they wouldn't have liked that at all. The Hector and the Shetlands, Kyle and Seaside, popped them in the trailer, and they are way down at what's now known as the Herdy Field. If you want, it's kind of nicknamed as Big Field because it's the biggest one down there. It's 11 acres. But that was the only field that we could, when we had the Herdies, that we could keep the Herdies in. They couldn't get out of. So it's now been christened the Herdy Field. All the machines are in to keep them from getting the windows all frosted up and having to run them for ages in the morning to get them warmed up. So they're all ready to rock and roll. Great job done yesterday, isn't it? So if the weather does change, we can just put the Shetlands and Hector back into the handling pen down there, put them in the trailer and bring them back up and pop them in there. But at least it gives us a little bit of room at the minute. Hey Birdie, hey darling. How are you getting on? Are you all right? Yeah? What are you saying? If we get... Now, a lot of you have been saying, put Birdie back in with Miracle. And yes, I hear you. But Birdie being Birdie, because Miracle's now in with 4 hours and Bug, whatnot, if we put her back in with 4 hours and Bug, she will fight with them. She's quite settled in there, and Miracle's quite settled over there with 4 hours. So we'll leave things as they are just now. Hello, Trousers. I have nothing for you. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I have no treats this morning. Forgive me, but we'll come and see you. Yeah? She's sniffing. You must have something, surely. Just a little something. Kyle will appear shortly, and it'll be cake time. All right, they're all still getting cake in the morning, right up the outside feeders. So that was a great productive day yesterday, and it'll be even more satisfying later on today when they get the donkeys cleaned out and nicely bedded up. They, for some reason, I don't know if they've got a burst pipe, because the water troughs flows under on the ground in there, or a leaking pipe, but they're taking an awful lot of bedding and an awful lot of straw. So it'll be interested to get them cleaned out and get some fresh bedding out and make sure there's no water leaks in there. Before we head out into the dark, let's just look at our devotions this morning and just take a little minute before they all start getting too noisy, in case Kyle appears and rattles the cake bucket. It's a twofer today, as Denise would say. Denise, who reposts our devotions on the Midwives group. Thank you, Denise. And Marilyn reposts them on the USA group. Thank you, girls. And good morning to you. A twofer. And we're going back to the Christmas story. How can that be, Pete? Let me explain. I was flipping through Facebook last night, as you do, and it came up with, you know where it comes up with people you may know. Bailey says, Bailey's wanting me to come back. People you may know, flip through it, and it came up Springburn Baptist Church, and it had two mutual friends, apparently. Clicked on it, a little Baptist church outside Glasgow, and I was just going through it. It came up with their Christmas devotions and lovely Christmas pictures and the readings from each day. They put one on for each day. And this one came up, and it struck a chord with me. Now, we've read this. We read it every Christmas. You will have heard it. And I will have read it to you before Christmas during a part of our devotions. But Luke 2, verse 10. But the angel said to them, do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all people. And it just struck a chord. I thought, of course it's a beautiful verse, but it's a beautiful thing. And why do we only read that out at Christmas? And it can relate to every day. Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all people. Our Lord and Saviour, who's laid down his life for us, yes, will not be afraid. He brings us good news, and it causes great joy for all people. Luke 2, verse 10. But also, on the other side of things, Stinky here. Stinky, you're going to need your hay heck back in here. They had a hay heck in here, yes, didn't they? So the ones with the big horns could feed, because you can't get your horns through there, can you, pal? No, you can't. And you also got a sore foot. So that's going to need addressed. We'll need to get the hay heck back in. Our Fiona announcement on Christmas Day. We hope that's caused great joy for all people as well. It was meant to cause joy and excitement and happiness. One or two people weren't too happy with is the way we, because we kept it a secret and kind of, but it's supposed to be a surprise and a beautiful thing. And one or two people didn't take kindly to it, all right, and have let that be known. And if that's the way you feel, that is your, that's your opinion, and we respect that. But also, there's been a few little robin under the trough in there. Also, I've been... Here's Kyle. Morning, Kyle. I've been brought to hand for misleading. I hope it didn't think it was misleading. It was just supposed to be a beautiful thing and a surprise, all right? But here's the robin coming over. And I have said in the past, and I've shared this verse with you in the past as well, and I'm not a great one for, I can't remember a lot of Bible verses, but this one has always stuck in my head. And I've often said, if people say to me, what's your favourite verse? I said, well, I can't quote you a favourite verse, but I can, this one always comes to mind. Matthew 7, verse 1 says, do not judge, or you will be judged too. And verse 2 says, for in the same way as you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So it's just something to remember, We can't point the finger at anybody else and say, you shouldn't have done that, or you should have did this. There's only one judge, and that's the Lord in heaven. And he loves me, and I love him. We'll hope you can appreciate what we're trying to bring you. That's exciting times ahead for Fiona, and we'll look after her the best we can. Amen. And may the Lord bless the reading to his word this morning. Scylla says, I've slept, it's just fine the way you handle it. Thank you, Scylla. It was only... Certainly didn't want to cause any upset to anybody. And anybody that was, hopefully they can come back and continue to follow Fiona's journey. All the bums at the feeder. Birdie, go and get some cake. Go and get some cake, darling. Go on. Look, it's behind you. It's behind you. You have to get your cake. Go on. Go on. Go on. Let's see if Jenny is in at the trough. She is indeed. Where is she? It's very important that she gets her cake. So everybody's happy in there. Scary Mary has left us. She says there's cake involved. Now, look at that. Who is that over there? That is a goat over there that is not far from having some babies. Look, see right there? Next to Dolly, to the left of Dolly the sheep. Excuse me. Dear Lord, don't tell me that's Scary Mary, the way she's pushing in there. Look at her bag. Who is that? Kyle! See that? See that goat next to the Angora? Just to your right. The boar goat, yeah. Is that Scary Mary? That's Flicksker. Ah, that explains it. It's not Scary Mary. Remember Flick when we had put him into isolation earlier in the year, and to keep him happy, we put a female in with him. That's her. So if anybody can remember when she went in with Flick, you'll be able to tell us when she's due, because she's starting to bag up. She's not far away. I mean, not just today, but in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have babies there. That's exciting. Is she... Donna says, I believe God does allow us all to have different opinions when he says do not judge. Of course he does, Donna. Everybody's allowed their own opinion, but we just have to trust in the Lord that, he sees it the way we do. We're not out to deceive anybody, but it's a unique situation where we're hoping to create a wonderful surprise. So I hope everybody can appreciate that. Flick's wife, says Bernadette. Yeah. Flick's wife and soon-to-be mother of his children. Right, let's move outside and see is there any lightness outside. So yeah, that was our first devotions of 2026, and the Lord will bless them. The reading of His Word, and we will continue. I've seen a few comments on, when I flick through. One on our last. It was very dark, isn't it? On our last 6:36 last Tuesday, and somebody says, "Do you not do your devotions anymore?" Yes, we do. You haven't watched the whole thing. Let's go around here in the dark. Now, I say great progress yesterday. We're putting a new shed up here. Can you see anything? So, we'll get round into the kind of where the light's shining from the shed. Hope I don't fall down a hole here. There's lots of holes dug for the new shed. The Fawns is back, and Bobby were back yesterday and started to put up the legs of the new shed. Let's see the progress. You have to go very carefully here. And here, look at this. For a good day's work. Can you see much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we are. Look, all these poles up for the new shed. Oh my goodness. What do you think about that? That's exciting, isn't it? So, they've just one more, I think there's a hole over there. One more pole leg to go in, and then they'll start putting the cross beams in. Wow. It's, mind you, where are we? This is, what date is this? This is the 6th of January now. It seems that Fawns is here at least once a year putting a shed up. How's this a thing? So, and great, you can't see much, because great conditions for getting on with it. Yes, very cold, especially when you're working with steel and whatnot. So the boys put in a good shift. Just 2 of them yesterday to start putting all this up. So didn't they get on well? And hopefully we'll see some of the cross beams on today. Looks high, doesn't it? Looks very high. Wonder if we'll have extra height in this one, or does the floor need to come up any? I don't know, but anyway, it's going to be a lot better than the bark sheds here. If you remember, we just had like different stables along here, which were very hard to service, feed-wise, very hard to clean out, because it had to be done kind of manually, which took an awful long time, and they're very wet below foot as well. Here is El Boris. You can't see him because he's dark. He's here, but believe me, you can't see a thing. I put my hand out to him, but I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face because it's so dark. And that's all the timbers there for the purlins, etc. There's a load of straw. Whoever I went to got yesterday. They phoned Ali Cowan yesterday when the ground goes rock hard, the fields, because it's frosty. Farmers like to get on with work, and we've got all the dung, the manure from the sheds we cleaned out yesterday, and from the donkey shed that we're going to clean out today, and from all the manure that we had stored all last year now, because we're into 2026. It's all tipped down in the barley field. You know where we had the barley last year at the sewage works? It's all tipped down there. So when you get hard weather like this, that you can get onto the fields without making a mess or sinking in, that sometimes we're prone to do, with heavy machinery. You can get in and get on. So I phoned Ali yesterday, can you come and spread the manure today? And he says, yeah, the boys will be in the morning. I didn't think they'd get them as quick because I thought they'd be like too busy. But he says they'll be in today, so we're getting the manure spread today on the fields down there, which is great because parts of that field can be very wet, but it's rock hard just because it's frozen, and that'll get that all cleaned up. The manure spread on it, so when the weather does take up and later on in the spring and it dries up, it's just ready to get the plough in and get it ploughed and get it sown with whatever we're putting in it, whether it's just going back to grass or if we're putting barley in it. Anthony says, where's your head torch? That's a very good question. I had 3. I still have 1. Don't know where the other 2 have disappeared to. I'm sure Duke Kaboom is responsible for having 1. I'm sure he's taken 1 away in the van. But Duke Kaboom, at the minute, while we are all freezing here in southwest Scotland, he is he's living up in Rio. Yes, Rio in South America. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but Joseph is his eldest son, who used to work for us here at Dulscone when his first job before he went off to the RAF. Met a girl at the airport and got married. Was getting married either yesterday. Here he is. Either yesterday or in the few days before that. So Duke and the whole family's off to Rio, or out in the Rio on like 27th. So and been looking at the temperature out there. It's like 29, 30, 31. Good progress yesterday, Kyle. Looking very nice and tidy. Have we not used these yet?
No, it's first time we're in.
Ah, that's why they're looking so good. Yukon or Denali or whatever his name is, we'll need to get his foot sorted. Kodiak.
He's had his foot done before. Oh, what's wrong?
And we'll need to get his hay back in. Can't get those big horns through. But he's great progress. Just the donks to do, and that's Fiona. We're looking good. And then it'll be on to the next project. So, busy days ahead. And we've got the pigs and the 4 hours to do as well. So, how many bales are we going through a day now? They slowed down a bit.
Probably average about 2 now instead of 2.5.
So we're going through 2 bales a day, feed wise. So we're racing through them.
Yeah. And you had that bale out last night.
Well, that.
Between here and the Suffolk down there.
Oh, here we've got. Who's this?
Friday.
Is that them here already? What time is it? How long have I done? 7:30?
7:30, is it?
Right, so that could be the fawns. Well, they're keen to get going. Big push on. Just seen the pickup arriving up, so that could be the fawns and Bobby ready to get going for the day. And get the shed. Well, it is. It is them. So, wow, 7:25. It's coffee time, everybody. So, busy day ahead with it. Bridget says, any lambs, Kyle? Let's go and ask him. If these, I think, Flick's wife might, as I say, might have hers first. It is the fawns. He's here, ready to get going. The shed's going to be going up quick. Any lambs yet?
No idea. It's close. She is close.
Shit.
I thought last night she was going to go. She was restless in the camera.
But nothing.
Nothing. No.
Is she going to go first, or the other one we're looking at?
Well, effectively they can all go now. Well, another 4, like another 3 can go.
Right. Are they looking like they're going to go?
One's definitely close. Two are like that one that was supposed to land on Christmas Day. Her and that other one that's bagged right up could go anytime they look to it.
So just be vigilant.
Yeah.
No. They're all going to come at once.
I know.
So I mean she's late.
Well, I think he's more or less just gave their own date.
Right. Now these are sheep Kyle's bought in, so he didn't actually.
One is anyway.
Oh, one.
The one that was supposed to land on Christmas Day.
Right.
The other ones we put in land ourselves, so we know that they're due around about the 7th.
Right. Okay. So that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, isn't it?
That's tomorrow.
147 days tomorrow, so.
Right. So we're not holding you to account, but we're waiting for lambs. All right. Like we're getting closer to the other side of Christmas than this Christmas, so you know.
Next year they're all getting lambed at Christmas.
Oh. Right. Yeah. You sure?
Just get it done out the road.
Over and done with, right? Okay. He's going for early next year. Glutton for punishment. So yeah, no lambs yet, but you heard it from the man himself. The Christmas Day one getting close. That's the only one he bought in. I thought he bought them all in, so he bought that one in, and the man he bought it off said it was during Christmas Day. But obviously, he's only got his dates wrong or something. The rest of them are Kyle's own sheep. And Fons, you're early. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Aye, not bad.
Good to see you. Kind of dark around there. Nearly fell down a hole. Fons, so cool. Huh? 25 past 7. He's here, ready to get on. That's what we like to see. So yeah, that shed's going to be going up quick. We are so busy day ahead. Farmer Ben is away for a few days. If you wonder where he is, he's away with the family, and it's Archie's first day at nursery today. Our one and only grandson, he just turned 3 off to nursery. They grew up so quick and seem so young to be going. So yeah, hope all's well in the other best household this morning. So lots going on. And before we go, just want to pay tribute to a wonderful friend and our fellow church member, Joan Routledge, Joan went home to be with the Lord just before New Year after a few difficult months, and just want to say to Ray and Karen, send our love to you all. Ray and Joan have been together for 70 years, married for 67, and have blessed us as best family with their encouragement and their smiles and their laughter ever since we set foot in Scottish soil. Wonderful, beautiful family, and love goes out to you all at this time. So from Farmer Pete and everybody here at Dulscone, have a wonderful day. That is your 6:36 for this morning. Thank you for all your comments, and if I haven't read them out, we will flip through them later. Oh, we're getting dark, and respond accordingly if we need to. So we'll see you back on Friday morning. It's going to be a tricky, difficult, or not tricky or difficult. It's going to be a funny few weeks going forward, because we've got so many trade shows going on. So there might be a couple of days we're away that we can't get on, but I think that's next Tuesday is one of them. Because this weekend we'll have to, I'll fill you in on that on Friday, because there's trade shows coming up from Sunday onwards. But anyway, we'll see you on Friday morning. Love to you all. Thanks for joining us. That's 6:36 from Farmer Pete, Trish's Toys and the whole team. Ta-da!